Yeah, I was not prepared for that picture. Okay, I apparently am going to have to pull off my Velcro because apparently if I'm gonna do videos on YouTube, it's too low. Ah, come off. Ah, jeez, man, that stuff definitely works. Hopefully it's gonna pop back up here. Okay, really hoping that is higher now. There we go. It's still probably not as high as it needs to be. I can probably scoot down here. So yeah, so I went to work today and took a couple mini breaks instead of just a long break because I sucked down snacks, so I didn't eat lunch. What is that? Oh, I guess it's just the bar on YouTube. I keep hearing music, but I don't see anything out there. It's weird. Anyway, so I DNFed a bunch of books today, and I'm really not looking in the right spot, am I? Orientation is locked. Let's turn around. Okay, well, excuse me. Let me sit up over here. So yeah, so I DNF'd a lot of stuff. Let me grab the trusty iPad over here, and I keep looking this way at me instead of at the actual camera. Who else has those problems? Problems that I put that on there backwards. Okay, so stuff in books that I don't have on me. So I finished Lake's Edge, and this one, like, it started out really well, but then as it got towards like the middle half of the book, all of the darkness and the danger that was in like the front of it and all, like, it starts out with this kid getting his hands burned over candles, and the main girl in it here, she's like kneeling in glass, so she's got glass in her knees, and it's like that. I was hoping it was just gonna stay that dark through the entire book, and it did not, and this is going to bug the crap out of me. I wonder if I can I just like shove you all the way up here on the little one? Ooh, I can. A versatile Velcro. It's a good thing I put that on there that way. So yeah, so that just didn't happen. So that was super disappointing that the darkness and higher YA just didn't stay throughout the entire story. So that was very disappointing. The next one I tried was the other book I had on me, which I left at work. And that was my Outcrate edition of The Luminaries. And Susan, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I did not care for The Black Witch, and I was not holding out hope for this book either. But I've heard like both people, like I've seen people on TikTok say that they got to like the middle of it and it got boring and just super slow, but they finished it. And then I had the other part where like, oh my god, it was like the most amazing book they've ever read. So, you know, I had it in my Outcrate, so I was like, why not try it anyway? And I think I got halfway through chapter 3 or 4 or something, and I'm just like, I'm just no. I keep hoping that I'm gonna end up liking something that some of these authors do, even after multiple books I haven't, because there's always that hope that they're gonna do something that I fall in love with. I mean, look at Holly Black. You know, I've read almost everything she's done. I have one more book that I haven't read by her, and that's in my TBR over here, The Darkest Part of the Forest. I haven't done that one, but I've hated everything else she's done until I got to The Cruel Prince. The Cruel Prince I have loved, but I know a lot of people that have come into the bookstore and stuff where they have also hated everything but love The Cruel Prince, and then other people have come in saying they have loved everything else that she's written but they hated The Cruel Prince. So it's kind of like interesting to see that kind of like weighted thing where like if you hated this and you loved this, but if you loved this and you hated that. And I know a lot of people have done that with Leigh Bardugo's Shadow and Bone, and then the Six of Crows series. If you love one, you don't love the other, and vice versa. So it's just kind of interesting. But yeah, so I DNF'd that one, and then here's just some other ones. This one was a ghost story, and I don't know, for me, the writing just felt like super sloppy. And then I tried this one, and this, I just filmed this on TikTok, and I was trying to figure out why I DNF'd this one. The prologue in this was amazing. Like, it was how, like, the king died, and the bastard king came and took over everything, and threw this other guy that I thought was a girl to begin with in the dungeon, and then he didn't know anything that was going on, and all the, like, dragons came and started, like, destroying everything, and then they took him out of his cell, and then this one creature that they called a dragon was there at this vortex portal thing, and they both got immortality, and then they left him out in the desert and everything. So by the time that he made it back to civilization, which I'm guessing was years or something, both dragons were dead in the immortal fires of hell or something, but he was still alive. So of course that meant that the guy, the dragon creature thing that his life was tied to isn't actually dead. He was just biding his time. That was freaking great. Now if the rest of the book would have been like that, that would have been great. I'd have been there for that. But it switches over to this girl, and she's like haggling for a bag of rice, and then she sees a fire in the distance or something, and goes to save this creature that she talks to the creature, but not like, I think it's more like, hey, you're talking to like your dog or a horse or something. She talks to the creature, you know, like, can you make this jump? And the creature's just kind of there, and they jump over the thing, and they make it out, and everybody cheers, and it's like, yay, you saved the creature. And it's just like, what happened? I thought this was gonna be a book about, you know, dragon-esque creatures and this dude that's now immortal, and what the fuck is this? I'm sorry, but you know, what is this crap? I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm just like, it irritated the hell out of me reading this book after that just amazing prologue. And it kind of makes me feel like I understand. I saw a poll on Facebook last night, or maybe this morning, and it was like a poll. It's like, do you read the prologue or the epilogue, or both, or do you not read it? And it's like, there's a lot of people out there that don't read the prologues of books. They'll read the epilogue, but they don't read the prologue. And I'm like, I read all of it, but I'm really starting to understand why they don't read the prologues, because this is not the first time where like the prologue is amazing, the rest of the book sucks, and it hurts my heart, it hurts my soul. But let's see, what's one of the other ones? I think there's another one on here. So this is one of the other ones I also DNF'd. Sorry, these are blurry. I just grabbed these off the internet so I can put it into my book journal, which I will make an entire video on later. So anyway, this is Unseelie. This one I was so excited to read, because it's like the girls are like, you know, night and day, dark and light and stuff like that, and they're twins. And I was like, this looks great, until I start reading it, and then it's like descriptions. Did I mention descriptions? Like more descriptions? That's all it was a story with descriptions describing everything under the sun. And I'm just, no, I will pass. So the next one I DNF'd was this one, Queen Among the Dead. This one I've actually had for a while. This is all based on Celtic mythology, which is like right up my alley. I've been pagan like since like I was 11, so like gobs of freaking years. And I was super excited to get this and see that it was all like Celtic based. Just so you do know, if you do decide to pick this up, the word that starts with an S, it's like Samhian or Hain. I can't spell, but it is Samhain, not Samhain, just FYI. But anyway, yeah, this, it felt very juvenile to me, and this is supposed to be young adult. It's supposed to be ages 14 plus, and I just felt it was a lot to read. It was a lot. Like, bits and pieces of it felt more like adult fantasy, and then other parts felt like more middle grade fantasy. Oh no, it was just, the writing just kind of felt all over the place to me. The next one is this one. This is the author of a whole bunch of different books. I did love her one duology that she did. Was it the, I think it says Coral or something in it. Where's the other one? I don't remember. I've been at work all day. I'm exhausted, and I keep trying to look at myself. Said camera. And you like, come over here, look at the camera. Anyway, so there we go. Look at the little green dot. Anyway, so this one has the same issues in it that Luminaries, I think is what it was, had, where like it felt like it could be super dark, but the author was holding back and didn't want to go full dark. And as I throw it on the, bye. I guess the book didn't like me saying that. So the book's on the floor now, where it's going to stay until somebody comes home and pick it up, because I didn't happen. Anyway, so yeah, so that one had the same issues that I had with her other book that came out, I think last year, Luminaries, where like it felt like it could be super dark, but she decided not to go that route, I guess you could say. It would probably work really well for like a high middle grade, low young adult within that area, but for like the high young adult, for super dark things, just didn't work for me. The last one on the list was this one. This actually read back when it first came out, and I was wanting to reread this one so I could do, was it Crossing the Line, I think is what it's called. But this, it was, everything was just the writing today. Like seriously, the writing drove me insane about so many things today. This one, there's like, oh my gosh, and son of a puck, and all these like really cheesy, like over the top cheesy things. And I got, I think what I got 100, or no, I got to chapter 5 and I just kind of gave up with it. So many things that I've been reading that's older. Let's see, like, oh, this came out in 2021. Well, that's not even that old. But like some of these things, I've noticed a lot of the older, like the early 2010s era and stuff, a lot of those I've DNFed. Like I'll go back to reread it, like An Ember in the Ashes. I got through book 2, decided it wasn't worth my time. Red Queen, I got, I think, halfway through book 3, DNF'd it, just figured out what was going on, how the series ended, got super pissed and got rid of all of them. I didn't keep my Shadow and Bone series, although I did finish every last one of those, but I didn't feel like I would sit down and reread it. Now if somebody knows of a series that is like Shadow and Bone but more NA versus YA, let me know, because that might be up my alley. So what is it, a PSA on that one? I don't know. But anyway, I'm doing this one next. This was the next one on my list, The Buried and the Dead, or Buried and the Bound. This actually is going out pretty well. I did start this as an e-ARC, so I'm probably gonna redo it as print and just reread it up to the point where I am on my iPad and match up with it. I need to take all, or no, I'll leave this stuff in it just in case I DNF it tomorrow. But yeah, so that's the next one I'm on right now. If you want any of these books, I'm just taking them all to work tomorrow. So if you see anything that I say I'm getting rid of, or if you want to see what else I have, just pop a message on Instagram or my Facebook page or wherever, and I can always send you photos and ship it out to you. That's not a big deal. I can do it one of two ways. I can post it back to Pango and you can purchase it from there, or you can purchase it directly from me, but it has to go through like Cash App or PayPal friends and family, because I can't deal with all the extra fees, unfortunately. But yeah, so you could do that either way, because I've got a whole bunch of different exclusive editions that I've gotten rid of, and just everything under the sun. Other things I have to read this month, I'm gonna look over here. Castles in Their Bones, that one I read last year, and now I have Stardust in Their Veins and A Princess in Theory. And I think that might be everything that was on my list for this month. Princess in Theories for book club in 2 weeks. Yeah, that's it. That's everything. Wow, I'm gonna have to add some more books. Next month, I'm gonna actually go through my tote of Elise Kova books because she's going to be coming to the store April 29th for a 1-hour signing. You can check that out on her event list page on her site. But yeah, if you have any questions about that, let me know and I can hook you up. But yeah, so she's going to be coming to the store for part of the Indie Book Fest week for the Lakeland Book Crawl. Super excited to be able to meet her in person. I love the Married to Magic series, so I am uber excited. But yeah, that is everything I've read today and DNF'd and hated. And yeah, so if I keep going through stuff like this, I might actually get through my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, say 50, about maybe 16, 17 totes of books I still need to go through this year. So that's not completely horrible. And I'm gonna start going through all the keep stuff and like rereading things so I can just start compiling stuff down. Because if I'm not gonna reread it, there's no sense in me to have it. There isn't. All right, so I am done. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. I hope you have enjoyed this live, although nobody is here. And yeah, if you have any ideas of what you want me to film, let me know. Bye.